Hello, beautiful ones. Welcome in. This is Cleo, and I've got a lovely divine announcement for someone out there. And the message today is that you've been given the keys to the kingdom. So I'm going to dive into these energies and get some details about this. And, you'll know already if this message is for you, because I feel like there's going to be deep resonation, or maybe you had that already when you saw the title to this video and clicked on. So thank you for being here, and thanks for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. It's great to have you here. Let's dive in and see what's coming out here. Show me. Higher beings, spirit guides, ancestors, angels. What message do we have? Okay, we've got the Three of Wands here. Okay, great power I'm getting with this card. You've got huge amounts of power, or you already invested huge amounts of power into a situation. You turned your back on everything that was, superfluous, that was pointless to your life, and you really honed your focus on something and put everything into it. You chopped off all the dead wood and you got on with creating your ideal reality and really harnessing your power here. So that's really great to see. Your ships are coming in. That's what the Three of Wands really is all about. It's about knowing that you've sort of invested in something, or put all of your passion and respect and focus into something. And it's about knowing that your ship is coming in. And this is a big ship I'm getting. Okay, a huge big ship that you created. And this is, connected to something that excited you, something that made you feel alive, and something that sort of really harnessed that childlike spirit, as well as, the seriousness of your intent. Okay, so this incorporated lots of fire, lots of passion. But I also see that it's something that makes you really enthusiastic. You can see the pyramids on this card here. And, I feel like you went on an adventure with this project or this avenue that you've been on for a while now. But, there's also another doorway opening, connecting to this event. I'm getting an event coming out here. So not only did you sort of follow that beautiful feeling in your heart to get to this point where you're being given the keys to the kingdom that you created, but there's also this continuation of enthusiasm here with the Page of Wands that's really lovely. And I'm getting this message that, this ongoing feeling of excitement and that lovely sort of buzzy feeling you get when the universe is conspiring with you, and your pathway lights up with this magical feeling. This is going to confirm to you that you made the right choice back here, because when we're on the right path, it feels good to us and it continues to feel good to us. So there's going to be, another doorway opening. Funnily enough, you're being given the keys for this. But this is a really exciting, adventurous, kind of great feeling doorway that's opening, and will continue to, please you and surprise you. This pathway will continue to really make you feel uplifted and really feel elevated, and really know that you're on the right pathway and that you made the right choice. When you really invested in something big and amazing and really invested in bringing all of your power into it. We've got the Three of Pentacles here. Okay, so this is other people seeing you mastering something. And also I'm getting community, a group event, so this could be you expanding your empire. And I really do feel like, you did have this great amount of gusto when it came to creating something or moving onto this pathway. And it is very empirical. It is very grand and majestic. And I'm actually sort of getting this energy of sort of a renaissance, like you've brought into this scenario lots of really classical features, a great amount of fortitude and temperance and wisdom and justice, ancient qualities, really timeless, beautiful, deeply rooted qualities into this. So this is having a ripple effect on the whole quantum field. This will affect the future, not just yours, but other people's as well. And that's why this Three of Pentacles is here, because what you're doing is having a really grand knock-on effect, a beautiful kind of cascade of energy throughout the whole universe, not just, in your little neck of the woods, or, we're all, living our own little storylines here, but your storyline is kind of taking over. It's kind of enveloping so much into it. Because like I say, you're bringing energies into this that aren't often seen in the modern era. You know, you've really sort of gotten to know yourself, or you dug down deep into your soul, or you're an old soul, or you've got these sort of deep qualities. You've got a depth of quality to everything you do that was often seen in places like Rome and Egypt and Persia, places like that. But you've brought it into the here and now. And I feel like you know this. I feel like you know that the energy you put into things is very high quality. Let's say that. Very high value, very high quality. And it's almost like this timelessness where what you're creating now will have a huge 10 of Pentacles kind of effect, where there's a permanence to it. You know, everything you do now becomes your legacy, you know, a living legend I'm getting. So it's almost like you made a decision to become a legend or to do something legendary. And those decisions have really kind of gained momentum. The energies of the universe have all come together for you. And now I'm getting, this is like the kickoff point. I'm hearing a knock on the door. They said knock off point. So I don't know what that means, but it could mean something to somebody. But this is sort of the point at which everything gets confirmed to you. You know, you get all that feedback from the universe. You get that lovely, sweet, kind of satisfied, smug kind of 9 of Cups kind of energy, where you know this is wish fulfillment. You know this is everything coming together in a beautiful tapestry, because you put all of your respect and all of your loyalty and all of your devotion into something. And now the wheels are turning in your favor, or they have been turning for quite a while in your favor. And it looks like, you know, you're getting everything you want. Okay, I'm hearing hitting the bank. So I don't know what that means. They're telling me it's a Bonnie and Clyde reference. So that could mean something to somebody. Strength energy here. And like I say, you know, you harness so much power on this journey, and you're only getting stronger. Okay, so this is like a jumping off point. You know, I'm getting these references to like a strong platform that you can jump off of, or something really solidified in your reality where you're like, okay, I did all that work, or I really planned on transforming my reality and I really put a lot of passion into it, and here it is. Here's that strong, stable positioning, that gorgeous confirmation where everything in your reality looks different, but really confirms to you that you are who you know yourself to be. This is you bringing your higher self down into you, you know, into your reality. This is you having decided to be the best version of yourself you could possibly be in a strong and honorable way. And now the scenery of your life and the energies in your life are going to really feel like that, like your higher self version of reality. It's going to all reflect back at you in a gorgeous way. There's the Fool energy, matching our Page of Wands with this lovely feeling of exuberance and a fresh start. So whatever you decided to create, it was a big old deal. Okay, Emperor energy here with the King of Pentacles. So here we go. There's you in your kingdom. Lots of financial success, lots of money, lots of abundance, very luxurious, very beautiful. Taurus energy here, you know, commanding your own reality like every good emperor does. All right. And, you know, we can all command our own reality, male or female. Let's get these out the way. And really, this is just confirming to you that there's this great big new sort of lease of life coming in. And it's going to be so lovely for you to have everything confirmed to you when it comes to the law of attraction, when it comes to the fact that the universe does take your order and the universe does respond to everything you do. And, you know, when you put lots of beautiful intent behind your actions and you use your emotions in the right way as fuel to create your own beautiful conscious emporium, everything has to line up with your viewpoint and with your behaviors and your actions. So this is really gorgeous. Let's get a few of these out, because this is just pure success on a plate. This is you ruling your kingdom, although I was about to say kingdom. Okay, so I do feel like, you know, there are soul group members coming in, allies, maybe employees or colleagues. That's the word I'm going for here. So this is about you being set up for life. I'm getting you're going to be set up for life in this, new chapter you're going into with this Page of Wands. There's definitely a doorway you're going through. Okay, it could be a metaphysical doorway, could be a literal doorway, but it's going to change your life forever and set you up in the most secure, beautiful, bounteous, and amazing positioning forever, where I feel like you're going to be feeling like you're on holiday every day. No matter how hard you're working, no matter what you're doing, you are going to know you're in the right place. You're going to know that this is your life and it is amazing and it is wonderful. Okay, moving up. Beautiful confirmation from the universe here. Paris references here as well. You could be going on holiday with this Page of Wands energy, or really kind of rewarding yourself for what you've done. However, this next chapter is a big, old, complete reward. You're getting the feedback you deserve. People are treating you the way you deserve to be treated. And I feel like, you were in a prickly situation going back, before this Three of Wands. Something really made you pull your socks up, or, something really made you think, right, this is it. If I don't do something now to really shift my reality or be who I truly know myself to be, nothing will ever happen. So you did perfectly well. You really shifted gears and you really changed the game here. And it's going to be better than you ever imagined, okay? You really had a choice back here to either feel sorry for yourself and, sit in a muddy puddle of whatever was. But you thought, no, I'm going to get out of this muddy puddle. I'm going to take this water and I'm going to create something beautiful. I'm going to use it to cleanse myself. You took the situation and you took all the elements of the situation and you decided to alchemize it into pure gold. And that's why you're moving up. And, your strength is going to be recognized here. The universe is really recognizing your strength. But also, I'm just loving the way it looks like you're just going to be happy all the time. Cultivation here, new growth. Okay, and feeling like, again, that sunset energy, that holiday energy in a really gorgeous way. Show me one more, please. So I do feel like you're going to be growing things with other people, making plans with other people. These could be new people who match your ambition or your honor levels or your kind of classical kind of way of looking at the world. People who really sort of match your spirit are coming in. Everything's going to be just a gorgeous harmonic flow in life. I'm hearing the word osmosis. So, you want to be around people who are like you, but obviously we're not all identical, but this is about you wanting to be around people who you admire. And I feel like energy is contagious, and now you're going to be around people who really sort of bring out the best in you and vice versa. Rewards, okay, it's time to cash in. Okay, we had that bank reference earlier, and money matters. So the keys to the kingdom for you could mean a big fat huge check, or huge abundance, a massive sort of big monetary bit of feedback from the universe. There's nothing like a big wad of cash to let you know you've made the right choices in the right way. And I feel like that's what's happening here. Let's see. Let's get a couple more confirming energies here. Show me the Three of Wands. This is like huge abundance coming in to show you, you made the right choice back here. I feel like you did something with the energy of honor. And maybe at the time you thought, will I be able to live like this? Maybe you switched lanes in career or something like that, or you left someone or something big happened in your life where you had to follow your integrity and you had to follow a feeling that, maybe didn't make logical sense at the time, but you just had to do it. You had to shift up your storyline. Maybe you were worried about money at some point because you were following your heart and not doing the most obvious thing at the time to make money. Well, Spirit's saying you're getting paid back in a huge way for following your heart and for living in honor and integrity. And it's going to be gorgeous. We've got the Chariot card. You made the right choice. You took your mind in the most beautiful direction with the Chariot card. This card is the great way of the mind when it comes to the original Egyptian tarot meanings that were channeled through 11,000 years ago. So you made that choice to take that great pathway of the mind, and it's paying off for you, okay? And I feel like security does mean a lot to you. I feel like knowing that you're set up for life in a financial way means a lot to everyone, right? And this is what's coming in for you. This gorgeous energy where it just flows in, abundance just flows in. It's so easy for you to attract money. And I do feel like there's a huge, huge, huge amount of money coming in to, you know, and give you that feedback that you took your soul in the right direction. 3 of Pentacles. I'm getting money from multiple sources here as well. Lots of lovely loot. Get in that loot. King of Wands energy with the 3 of Pentacles. So I do feel like you innovated this. You created this. You maybe took a pathway that was just amazingly different, or did your own thing in the most fabulous way. So this is going to be recognized by the universe. The universe loves a brave soul who follows that instinct, you know, when there isn't much evidence around, you know, at the time, but you put faith in, something that you're the creator of your reality. And now the universe loves dishing up a lovely, beautiful reality for us. It really does. And you're giving the universe this opportunity to create something beautiful through you. So it's almost like the universe is saying thank you for allowing me to show you how magical you are. So that's quite cool. Okay, Emperor energy, show me. Death energy, transformed everything. So powerful here with the Emperor and Death. They want me to add these up. 17 could be relevant here. Adding up to 8. So this is like an infinite thing you've done for your soul that will sort of last your soul forever. Like your soul is set up forever. This isn't just you in this one lifetime. This is like your soul being set up forever. Elevation, graduation. You know, you are infinitely abundant now at a soul level. So you could know what this means. They're saying you will never really have to worry about anything ever again for the rest of eternity. So this is some big old news. This is a big, huge transformation for your spirit, for your soul. And of course, you know, the loot shows up in our life, the financial loot, the money shows up in our life when our soul starts blossoming. So it's not just the monetary currency. It's like all these different currencies, the currency of your soul, all this juju, all these lovely energies. You know, money's an energy. So it's like all of these beautiful energies are plaiting together in your life. It's gorgeous. 6 of Wands energy here, pure victory here, and feeling like you're on top of the world. You know, the Fool is you in your infinite nature, living the life you decided to live. And, you know, our now moment goes on forever. So your consciousness is in the right positioning. You're tuned into who you truly are. Your higher self is completely recognized by you. And, you know, you're comfortable with being your higher self now. And this is where your soul has clicked into this infinite kind of level of existence where you just know you're going to be okay forever. Page of Wands with the King of Cups. So the doorway you're going through is going to be very satisfying for your heart. This is your own personal holy grail. This is you knowing you've made it. And how many kings have we got on this table? We've got the King of Wands, the King of Cups, the King of Pentacles. So, you know, elevation, plus the Emperor, of course. So this is like you, I'm hearing cardinal points. This is like you set up all these cardinal points in your soul where now you just know the way the universe is, and you know the universe wants to reward you, and you know the bounty and divinity and gorgeousness and magic of the universe in the most beautiful way. Show me the Strength card, please. 7 of Swords here. Okay, so you passed the gauntlet in a most beautiful way. You found strength. And, you know, as you can see here, this kind of looks like a 7 of Swords with all the prickles all over it. So you won the game. I'm getting you won the game. It's done. You did it. And you will have this huge, bounteous reward coming in to show you did it. When other people may have fallen down into anxiety, you pulled out all the stops to make something happen in the most beautiful way. You did so much to make this happen. It's gorgeous. I hope you really enjoy this. Moving on up in the world, cultivating everything you want, and your soul is set up forever. I love you. I hope this reading's helped. Mwah.